What's going on, guys? It's Munch, and I have some team deathmatch on Crisis for you. I'm using the M16. It's the default M16 class, which I don't really know what the perks are, but I know Scavenger's on there. So, yeah, this game's not as much really of a showcase of my abilities, as you can see there. It's more just a showcase of how bad the other team was playing this game. They were just atrocious, as you'll see. It became, by the end, it was like a race between me and my teammates to see who could run across the map to their spawn first and start killing them. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy the gameplay. But as far as my lack of skill, I do have an excuse. I have recently just got some control freaks, the what do you call those? Like analog stick extenders for my PS3 controller, and I've been learning how to play with them on higher sensitivity. I now play on sensitivity of 9 when I used to play on the default of 2. So that's been really weird to get used to, but I am liking it a lot, and I did it partly because it was so cheap and like a lot of pros talk about it, so I was like, I'll try it. I'll give it a shot. And the other thing too was I was learning to snipe, and to do that I had to turn my sensitivity way up to get the drag scopes and everything. So I figured why not try out some control freaks. I also switched to tactical button layout, which I don't think it's showcased in this video, but getting used to that has been really strange. I'm just not like I learned shooters basically. I learned to be good at shooters on COD on the default controls. So using tactical button layout is really strange for me, but I am, now that I'm starting to get better at the drop shots and like not crouching when I mean to knife, I've started to like it a lot. So yeah, that's my excuse. I also have an excuse for why the audio quality on this commentary is not nearly as high, and I apologize. So I'm recording this on like a $20 Best Buy PC mic, and it's pretty bad, but it's getting the job done, so I'm working with it for now. But what happened was I was wearing my headset. I had just recorded some commentary and stuff, and I was either rendering or editing or something, and I went and I made myself some soup. And if you can't see where the story's going, I was eating the soup and leaned forward, and the microphone got dipped in the soup. Yeah. So I after that happened, I took it apart and I cleaned it, and it's still no good. So I ordered a new one, but for now I'm working with this crappy mic, so hopefully it turns out well, and I will be fixing up all the the audio levels and stuff and editing, so hopefully it should be peachy. But yeah, speaking of excuses, there's a lot of cliche excuses out there, like my dog ate my homework or whatever. But I'm trying to think of if there's an excuse that's pretty much relevant in every situation, right? If there's one excuse that can get you out of doing anything. And I think the closest that I've ever come, that's what she said, is I would do that, but I'm afraid I would shit my pants. I mean, it sounds weird, but imagine this scenario. You're sitting in class, if you were like, in high school or college or whatever, and somebody gets asked to go to the board to like finish a problem in math or like whatever, and they respond to the teacher, I would, but I'm afraid I might shit my pants. That teacher would never call on that kid ever again. Ever. Just because you don't even want that, you don't want to call that kid on his bluff. Because if you make him do it and then he does shit his pants, you're like, it's just bad for everyone. Or, like, hey man, come out to the club with us tonight. Dude, I would totally go, but I might shit my pants. There's no way in hell somebody's going to force you to go out into a social situation if they even think there's like a 10% risk of you shitting yourself on the dance floor. There's no way they would make you do that. Or like, you know, a date. Or how about, even better, if you go home with some girl, right? Or some guy, or whatever. And you decide that you're not as interested as you were when you were leaving the bar, whatever. You can just be like, you know what, I would really love to sleep with you, but I'm afraid I might shit my pants. There's no way in hell they would sleep with you. Well, unless, of course, they're into that stuff. Then you're just shit out of luck, because they're like, oh, it's called a hot Carl. Why don't you just poo on me? And that, my friends, would it's not even remotely on my radar. Not interested in that. If you are, power to you. But, yeah. I don't think defecation and sexual activity go together very well. I don't think so. Or what if, like, you know, your parents call you and they want to Skype, and you're like, I'm sorry, I totally would, but I'm afraid I might shit my pants. Well, they're like, oh, you have a laptop we bought you for Christmas, don't you? Just, you know, go in the toilet and open it up. You're like, what? Your mom goes, oh, don't worry, I was wiping your butt until you were 11. It's nothing I haven't seen before. No, my mom did not wipe my butt until I was 11. That is totally untrue. It did not happen. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the gameplay. I went 23-1. I hope you've enjoyed my commentary. I certainly have enjoyed recording it. 7 assists! So many kills that I should have had. Alright, guys, until next time, take it easy.